The ride begins at Sellwood Riverfront Park, and for about the first 5 miles, we ride along the Sprngwater Trail and the East Bank Esplanade. The 50-mile ride is essentially flat, while the 70-mile ride has a long 1,000-foot climb and a short, steep 150-foot climb. Just past Omsey, we pass under the Markham Bridge and link up with the East Bank Esplanade. It may be tried, but I never get tired of seeing beautiful downtown Portland from the East Bank Esplanade. After about 5 miles, we take the ramp that'll lead us up to Interstate Avenue. Watch for oncoming cyclists and pedestrians on the curves. After turning onto the two-way bike lane on Wheeler, we wind up on North William Street, a major cycling artery for Portland cyclists. Now the world's done for me, is it? It's okay to turn and run when the noose is touched loosely. We'll continue north on William Street for about 3 miles, where we'll turn left onto Deacon Street and then almost immediately turn right and head north again on Vancouver Avenue. Say that you'll always be with me, but I'll listen with my heart, giving you everything you got. And just after mile 9, we'll branch off east, pass under MLK Boulevard, and head towards the East Columbia neighborhood. Be aware there's a lot of truck traffic in this neighborhood. A quick left at Northeast 13th Avenue, and soon we will reach Marine Drive. Although much of this route is on bike paths, we do spend a significant amount of time on Marine Drive. You should be aware there's a lot of high-speed traffic on this road, including a significant amount of truck traffic. After a short initial stint on Marine Drive, we turn right on Northeast 33rd for our first stretch of bike path. After about a mile of the first stretch of bike path, we have to make our first crossing of Marine Drive. I cannot stress enough how careful you must be crossing Marine Drive. After our initial crossing of Marine Drive, we have about 4 miles of beautiful bike path. Notice the great view of Mount Hood on a clear day. At about mile 17, we'll cross Marine Drive again, and this time we'll stay on Marine Drive for about a mile before we rejoin the bike path. Here I make a left turn to rejoin the bike path. Please note that it's rare that you're able to do this safely. In most instances, you should stop, look both ways, and then cross the street. After another 2 miles of bike path, we once again cross Marine Drive. From here on out, we'll stay on Marine Drive until it ends in Troutdale, in about 5 miles. Once we reach Troutdale, we'll pass by a small stretch of truck stops. Obviously, there's a lot of truck traffic here. And after a quick right onto Graham Road, we'll climb a short hill, turn left into Old Town Troutdale. This will be the turnaround point for the 50-mile riders. I like to stop and have coffee or lunch at a place called Celebrate Me Home, but there are other places in town. If you're doing this 70-mile route, you've got about a 10-mile ride east on the old Columbia Highway to Crown Point. The first 4 miles east of Troutdale is essentially flat and has some great views of the Sandy River. Shortly after the Stark Street Bridge, however, you'll begin about a 5-mile, 1,000-foot climb. It's a very gradual climb, although on a day like today with a 30-mile-an-hour east wind, it can be a little unrelenting. Just before you begin your descent into Crown Point, you'll pass by the Portland Women's Forum, which has a stupendous view of the Columbia River. At the junction with Larch Mountain Road, you'll begin your 150-foot drop to Crown Point. Notice the nice new pavement. Gone are the moguls, the drop-offs, the fissures, the crevasses. It's a wonderful ride down to Crown Point now. Who can ever get tired of this view? It can get windy at the Vista House. At the time I filmed this, the winds were blowing at 30 miles an hour and gusting to 45. And here's the view looking west towards Portland. While the climb out of Crown Point is steep, the beautiful view helps ease the pain. And once you're back on the historic Columbia River Highway, you've got a great 5-mile descent back to Troutdale. Normally it's not this fast, but on this day I had about a 30-mile-an-hour tailwind. As you approach the Stark Street Bridge, the road does flatten out a bit. Once back in Old Troutdale, we essentially retrace our route to get home, with a few deviations. After passing under I-84, we turn left at the frontage road near the Troutdale Airport to rejoin Marine Drive. Because of the strong tailwind, I'm doing about 25 miles an hour on the flats here without even trying. Oftentimes, however, you're riding into a fierce headwind along this part of the route. Was it loneliness that brought you here with that smile, that smile? I'm not strong. Watch for the entrance to the bike path about 5 miles out of Troutdale. It's an easy entrance to miss. I can't stop kissing you, but it's not love. Oh no, where will this go? It's not love. Note there's a popular beach as you approach this end of the bike path. So as you approach the Gleason boat ramp, you'll find more and more hikers and beachgoers, especially in the summer. After crossing Marine Drive, we're going to have one last stretch of Marine Drive bike path. When we reach 33rd Street, we won't turn right to retrace our route. We'll turn left and head south towards the Woodland neighborhood. As you approach Columbia Boulevard, bear to the left for the on-ramp. Be especially aware of traffic behind you. You'll only be on Columbia momentarily until you take the 33rd Street off-ramp. This is a very busy off-ramp as it is one of the few that serves the Woodland neighborhood. Right after crossing the bridge over Lombard Street, you'll turn right onto Deacon Street, where you head west for about 2 miles. There's the Breakside Brewery, where a lot of organized rides begin or end. And with about 8 miles left, you'll turn left onto Vancouver Boulevard and head south. As you approach the Rose Quarter, there's a lot of traffic and the route becomes a little tricky. So be sure to study the route carefully, especially the transition back to the bike path.
Do I have to cheat? Do I have to make you jealous? Do I have to leave you standing in the corner by yourself? Do I have to fall out of love? Do I have to have sex with strangers? Do I have to disappear and wait for you? I wanna know what it takes to make.
On Wheeler Street, once again, you have a 2-direction bike path with buses on either side of you.
To make you miss me. I wanna know what it takes to make you miss me. I wanna know what it takes to make you miss me.
Notice the green bike box in the middle of Interstate to help you cross.
Do I have to cheat? Do I have to make you jealous?
As we approach the East Bank Esplanade, be careful of this first right turn as there's a hidden drop-off. Be sure to take it wide unless you want to demonstrate your mad bike handling skills.
Have to have sex with strangers? Do I have to disappear and wait for you? I wanna know what it takes to make you miss me.
Be careful as you make this turn as there are runners, hikers, and cyclists all heading straight towards the steel bridge.
I wanna know what it takes to make you miss me. I wanna know what it takes to make you miss me.
Just before OMSI, we'll take the Clay Street extension to Water Avenue.
Catch me before I fall.
This will ultimately reconnect us with the Sprngwater Trail.
Won't you please catch me before I fall?
Notice the bald eagle perched on the tree towards the right of the frame.
I wanna know what it takes to make you miss me. I wanna know what it takes to make you miss me.
And finally, we reach Sellwood Riverfront Park and the end of the ride. I hope you enjoyed this preview.